Welcome back to In Ohio Country today from the farm of Doug Fisher and family in rural Auglaize County. We're here to talk about the Red Power Roundup, Al.
That's right. It's the Red Power Roundup coming up at the Clark County Fairgrounds, June 23rd through the 25th. Did you know that the Red Power Roundup has over 7,000 members nationwide and actually several members from 15 or 20 other countries? This morning they made mention that they actually had a call from a gentleman from New Zealand who's going to make the trek to come to the Red Power Roundup. So, be sure this is more than just your annual antique show. The Red Power Roundup plans to be an extraordinary event. We'll see you at the Clark County Fairgrounds in June 23rd to the 25th.
And this whole episode is dedicated to presenting the Red Power Roundup, hoping to see you there. Of course, we checked it out in Lima several years ago, so we know it's a great event, and really looking forward to not only doing stories from down there, but meeting all the other people bringing their antique tractors to this event.
That's right. It's going to be a huge event, and as we said before, if you turn a wrench and you love turning wrenches, it's for you. So, be sure to come down. It's not that far of a drive. It's in central Ohio. It's a great and very easy location to get to right off of I-70. So, be sure to come by and look them up.
And we'll have a link to all that information at our website at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with those feature stories and more this week in Ohio Country Today.
Alan Davis, business owner, active farmer. No one knows farmers' needs better than Alan. Give him a call today at 419-738-7447 and talk about total farm protection and more. Alan Davis Insurance Agency is your solutions provider for auto, home, life, business, recreational, total farm protection and more. Call 419-738-7447. That's 419-738-7447.
It's a humble idea. Use a biological process to turn a plant into a power source. From that idea came the first Poet Refinery. One biorefinery in one town turned into 27 facilities in 27 towns, creating new local jobs, producing hundreds of millions of gallons of ethanol, and providing renewable products around the world. Suddenly, that one little idea seems a whole lot bigger. See the world differently with Poet.
Save time, engine hours, and trips with a lineup of hay tools from Norden Manufacturing available at Apple Farm Service. Collect and drop up to 18 bales at a time with the simple and reliable Norden accumulators. Then pick them up with a Norden bale grabber. Visit your local Apple Farm Service to learn more. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Rodock and Midway Trailers are Ohio's premier Thunder Creek dealers for fuel trailers and DEF delivery systems. Thunder Creek offers versatile, reliable, and best of all, legal transportation and handling for fuel and DEF systems. Let us know how our teams at Midway Trailers in Rodock can get you set up and ready any time of the year. For fuel and service trailers, economy trailers, service and lube trailers, double wall trailers, split tank trailers, bulk DEF trailers, and standalone DEF systems for trucks. Remember Rodock and Midway Trailers, Ohio's premier Thunder Creek dealer, with 3 locations to serve you in Delphus, St. Mary's, and Dayton.
Welcome back. And we're here to talk with Doug Fisher about things going on at the Red Power Roundup coming up here in Springfield, Ohio at the Clark County Fairgrounds. Doug, you and I have known each other for a long, long time. We've been involved in agriculture for a long, long time. I know your background, but you want to tell our viewers a little bit about your background and how you kind of got involved with agriculture and how you got the bug to be involved with the Red Power Roundup.
Well, I grew up on a farm here in Auglaize County, right on this farm here, and we always farmed with International. Grandpa clear up to Dad, and it just kept going with what I'm doing. So everything we run here is red tractors. I got involved in the club 4 or 5 years ago. And we got in deep now. We're helping with the roundup. We're taking tractors down. So there's a lot of things going on with this.
Well, so when we talk about things going on at the roundup, you're in charge of some of the activities that you got going on for the kids and things. You want to talk a little bit about the things that you're going to be in charge of there?
Well, my duties or my committee member duties is we're going to do. I'm in charge of speakers. There'll be 3 speakers from International Corporate that was part of International before the merger and a little after the merger. So there's Navistar and International people. I have a guy that back in the 50s, International had a no-till planter they was working on. Well, it was a prototype. It never really hit the market, but there's a guy restoring it's an M21 planter. He's going to have his presentation on it. I have a guy that was a dealer since the 1900s, family dealer, still dealer, from out in Nebraska is going to speak. I have Lee Clancher, which is a publisher, book author, publishes red tractor books and stuff. He's going to speak. And I also have Wendell Couch, which is a restorer that's going to speak. That's basically our speaker presentations. Then we also have a youth tractor contest where youth, anything in FFA 4-H up to graduation age, can bring a tractor down and it'll compete in a contest. And there'll be prizes and plaques for that. So that looks like there's going to be half a dozen tractors in that. There's also a segment which is new this year to the Red Power called the Heritage Tractor. It's we'll have tractors there that are from the family, has to be a pre-merger, so it's got to be pre-85, but it'll be tractors that the family has owned since new, that grandpa, dad bought something since new. So that'll be there too. I think we got 74 or 75 of those coming right now. So that'll be a new feature.
Well, that's kind of interesting. One thing I wanted to touch on, tell us a little about your the activity as it relates to kids at 4-H, FFA, whatever, can bring the tractor in. Are they competing based? Have they restored the tractor and you're going to get judged on what the tractor looks like? Now, tell us a little bit about what that. Give us a little more detail on that event.
There'll be like 4 or 5 categories. One will be, as the youth, the knowledge of the tractor. He'll have to have some knowledge. How much actually, we don't figure the kid's going to do it all himself. So, how much participation he actually did in it, how far they had to go in the restoration, and just the overall quality, when it's done. And I have 3 judges that are, restoration guys that will be judging the tractors at the end. So that should be a good contest too. We did that in 2013 too, and it turned out pretty good then. So we figure we do it again in the 2022 show.
Well, if you're going to get youth involved back into understanding about agriculture as it was many years ago, you're going to have to get them involved in things like that. I think that's a great thing. You mentioned speakers. When are the speakers going? What time, what days? Can you kind of just give us a little idea on the speaker schedule?
Well, speakers will be Thursday and Friday and Saturday. We'll have speakers at certain time in the morning. We'll have like 10 to 11, one guy will speak. The next guy will speak 11 to 12. And then in the afternoon will be like 2 to 4. We'll break them down. So each one will have an hour and a half segment that they'll talk. And then on Saturday, there'll be a guy there's a guy that's going to be a book signing and wrote a book for International Scouts too. They'll be there Saturday. So they're kind of broke up through the day. So if somebody doesn't want to see all the speakers, they can come pick who they need to see, because it'll be listed in our directory to show what speakers are speaking at what times.
Doug, we've had the pleasure of interviewing Lee Clancher, on a podcast in Ohio Country today. And he does a lot of work beyond just talking about red, right? He's written a lot of books about a lot of stuff. And if you are interested in turning a wrench and you love that kind of stuff and you love history, this is an event that you really want to see. Yeah,
I know Lee has wrote books, Indy 500 books on motorsports. He's wrote stuff about other makes of tractors. He's got a great series of books on International, combines, tractors, the whole history of International. He's just an all-around good author and covers a variety of topics. He covers a variety of topics in motorsports and agricultural.
Yeah, and so this event, really, you don't have to own a tractor. You don't have to have a red tractor. You can have a green tractor. And actually, to be involved with the Red Power Roundup, if you're a gearhead, it's a good thing to do, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of members that don't have exclusive International tractors. We have a lot of people that farm with different brands, but still are collecting old International tractors or just for the history. It's just a history thing. It's a person that likes history. This will be history from pre-International clear up to modern times. This is just this whole show will cover the whole thing.
Well, Doug, thanks for being with us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the Clark County Fairgrounds.
Thank you, Alan.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Dye Real Estate and Land Company specializes in farmland and recreational land throughout Ohio. A company for people who enjoy the rural lifestyle and looking to buy or sell their land. All of our land agents are members of the Realtors Land Institute and have extensive experience in farming and agricultural land business. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we'll work with you to tailor fit a plan that works best for you, your family, and your investments. Our services include 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, land brokerage, land auctions, and CMAs and valuations for estates and planning. We are Dye Real Estate and Land Company. Call us today and visit our website at dyerealestate.com. Dye Real Estate and Land Company. We know the land business because we live it every day.
Our farm department is committed to providing ag professionals the products, coverages, and peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. With our home office located in the heart of farm country, many of us have first-hand experience when it comes to farming, and we know how to take out the risk. Under one policy, we can provide total protection of your investment, from your home and barns to your equipment and livestock. We also provide an outstanding equine coverage from a homeowner with a single horse to a professional breeder and everything in between. Come join us and experience the Salina difference.
There's no time to waste when your hay is ready to cut. Trust the original lineup of mowers, tedders, rakes, and mergers with Kuhn. Available at your local Apple Farm Service. Built to be dependable with quick change knives, heavy-duty gearboxes, and high-end components. Visit your local Apple Farm Service to learn more.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and it's time now for another Farming Fast Fact. And with me is Doug Fisher, and we're going to talk about the Red Power Roundup, and there's a couple of special tractors right back here behind us, Doug.
Yes, behind us on the right is a white demonstrator that International built in 1950 only. It was a special tractor, limited production. And on the left, we have a raffle tractor that tickets are available to buy, 6 for $5. They're available. They'll be available at the Buckeye Show. They'll be available at our show in Springfield. Plus, they're available online at www.rpru2022.com. You can get tickets there, or see any Ohio Chapter 6 member. And the ticket will be drawn out at Springfield at the Roundup. It'll be given away the last day of the show down there. There is also, this tractor is special because it's a feature tractor for the Red Power. We are featuring the Cub Farmall and the KB truck, which are 75th year. They're both 75th anniversary. That's what the feature for the feature. The tractor on the right is a white demonstrator, which was a kind of an odd tractor from International because it was built 1 year for 3 months, and they was painted white just to get a notice for the Cub, and that's why these tractors, they're our feature tractor.
Well, Doug, thanks for being with us today. And if you wanted to find out more information, give us that website again.
The website is www.rpru2022.com, or you can find a Facebook link too. There's a Facebook page too for the Red Power.
Well, Doug, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll also have a link for these events at our website at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with more right after this.
St. Mary's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has award-winning vehicles for both on and off the farm, and our Ag Pack incentives give you a powerful package of farm and ranch discounts and incentives worth thousands of dollars absolutely free. Stop by and see Dave Haggard today, your Ag commercial specialist, and ask about the vehicles, discounts, and incentives in the St. Mary's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Ag Pack.
You get straight talk, real service, and the right price. St. Mary's Chrysler, you get straight talk.
Welcome back, and with me today is Bill Meyer. You're engaged in agriculture full-time. Some folks we talked to really had no connection to agriculture, just got hooked on showing tractors.
Well, it's an 830. My dad bought it new in 1964 from John Slagle. He lived a mile down the road from us. He bought a whole line of equipment that year. I was 4 years old. My older sisters run it first, and then me and my brothers, my 2 younger brothers, we all cut our teeth on it, I guess, and we just couldn't let it go, so we fixed it all up, and that's how it goes.
Well, you were sharing a little bit about, how many members of your family there were, and how many people got experience cutting their teeth on this tractor.
Oh, yeah, we'd fight over my older sister Mary Jo and me. When I turned 9 and I overruled her, she was pretty disappointed then. So, but then I more or less took over the farm and everything's going good so far then. So we all get along good, and that's all that matters.
Right. I think you said you had 15?
There's 15, 12 sisters, and I had 2 brothers, so.
Well, you were really outnumbered then, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. But I held my own.
Well, you were talking about, we got a little history on the tractor, and I asked you about the baler, and there's really not any history other than this thing is old, and you do use it.
Yeah, I pick up hay after the chopper comes through the field, and we bale some straw for different things we need straw for. We don't use a lot, a couple hundred bales a year, but that's about it. So.
Well, there's a lot of history behind Case in particular. I know you said you've been a Case fan all your life.
Oh, yeah, I could tell you a lot if you had the time to listen, but no, the reason that it was a narrow front, Dad could have had the wide front, but he was planning on putting a mounted picker on back end, but he decided to go with the narrow front in case he ever put it, but we never did put a mounted picker on it. We had corn plows on it and stuff like that, but never got the mounted picker on it.
We were just talking, though, you still do use the thing, though. Obviously, you use the baler, run a couple hundred bales a year, and it's in pretty good condition and looks to be that way, and the tractor is, too. How do you keep the tractor looking so good?
Just keep it inside most of the time, and we never leave it sit out no more. We never know heavy, dirty work. It's always running on augers or pulling wagons, kids around. It's more or less retired.
Well, I have some old tractors myself, and of course my boys want to know why I have them, because they're not really usable for much of anything, but mine actually just sit in the shed and I have them covered up with a tarp.
Well, my boys, why do you buy that stuff for? And I don't know, I just got old enough to thought I could start buying it, so.
When you get old enough, that's part of the criteria, right?
I guess, because they just shake their head at me and keep moving on. So.
Bill, thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate you taking time to talk with us.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm glad to talk to you.
LUSHETA Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic and hormone-free, from fresh grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. LUSHETA Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio, and we take the time to custom fit your order to exactly what you want. For steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more, check us out on the web at PushetaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushetaCreekSteaks.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and we're here in beautiful rural Auglaize County, Ohio, but we want to talk about some important event that's coming up. But with me is Kevin Paul, and he's with the Red Power Roundup. But Kevin, before we get into talking about the event, give us a little bit of background on yourself and how you kind of got involved with old tractors.
Okay, well, I got a small farm in Auglaize County, and been on the farm all my life, and I got a passion for farming, and I think it was back in 1980 I collected my first Farmel cub, and it just drew my interest, and I've been collecting ever since then, and I got involved in the Red Power Roundup in about 2011 when we put it on in Lima, Ohio, and I've been an active member since. I'm one of the 9 directors and treasurer of our organization, and it's just my place to be. I enjoy being there.
Well, as a farmer myself, and that the old tractors and many of these things are becoming something that is going to become a lost art, and nobody's going to really know anything about them.
Yeah, that's the trouble. We're trying to get the young kids involved. We're getting a few, but we'd like to get more of the young people involved in this club. I think we got 425 members in the state of Ohio. We got over 7,000 nationally. There's a few in other countries that are involved in this club. So it's a great atmosphere, and we get to travel the United States to see these roundups, and we're lucky enough to have one we're putting on in Springfield, Ohio.
Well, just to talk, that's why we're here today, to talk about the event coming up here soon in Springfield, Ohio, at the Clark County Fairgrounds. You want to tell us a little bit about that event and give us the date particulars and those kind of things?
Yeah, it's going on June 23rd to 25th in Springfield at the Clark County Fairground. It's a 3-day event, but we're spending all week to put this show on. The public is invited. Anybody with international equipment can become a member and display at this show too. So if anybody'd like to display something, they're more than welcome to come.
Well, you know, it's not only when you say international red power, it's also, you know, the old McCormick's and the old Farmalls and a lot of the other stuff, because when you talk about red power and you talk about International Harvester, they made a lot of different things besides agricultural equipment.
Yeah, they actually had the truck division in Springfield. There's going to be a tour through that place. The first 150 people that sign up for this can take a tour through the truck plant. They made some M1 rifles. They made a lot of Army trucks at Springfield. We're going to have the antique trucks, what they call the auto cars, that were built in the early 1900s. I mean, there's more than just tractors there.
Well, yeah, more than tractors and more than just trucks. I mean, I think of International Harvester. When I was a kid, I remember my grandmother had a freezer that said International Harvester on it.
Yeah, they go into the refrigerators, freezers, and yeah, they did a complete line of everything, and a lot of that was manufactured right in Clark County.
That is kind of interesting that you would be going back there to have a Red Power Roundup, really where a lot of the International Harvester equipment was made at one time.
Yeah, that's when people come to Red Power Roundup, they want to see the history in that. They actually got a heritage center in downtown Springfield with all the international, everything that was built in Clark County. So, I mean, that's a great place to go visit while you're in Clark County. And we didn't know about it. About 2 months ago, we actually took the tour through it, and I mean, it's an amazing place.
Well, you know, so we've talked about the trucks and maybe the appliances, and they made rifles and tractors, but International Harvester also made a lot of other things in agriculture, harvesting and all those kind of things as well.
Yes, yeah, they actually made a binder, wheat binder there in Clark County, and they're at the display, and so yeah, there's all kind of interesting things to see while you're there.
Well, so what are some of the other activities that are going to be going on there? It's not all about just walking around and seeing tractor displays and such and other things on display. There will be a lot of activities and things for the family.
Yeah, we actually got the Sailing Fiddlers. They're out of Michigan. They're going to be performing throughout the day. Friday, that's on Thursday, and Friday we got the Allison Kelly. She's a tribute band. She'll be playing Friday night from 7 to 9 o'clock. It's free for people that pay to get in to see the show. You can pay to get in and see the show too, or you can come at 5 o'clock and pay an admission to see Allison Kelly. So she's quite the performer. So we got a lot of entertainment besides. We got kiddie tractor pulls there. Got the barrel train there for kids, so we got kids activities going on. Yeah, so you can spend a couple days there seeing everything.
Well, I'm sure, Kevin, there's going to be a lot more going on than what we've touched on right now. But if somebody wanted to find out more information, where could they go to get that?
If you go on the internet, you go under the www.rpru2022.com. all of our information, our schedule, everything is on that website. So anything you need to know about this show, that's where you can get it at.
Well, Kevin, we appreciate your time, and thanks for being with us today.
Yep, thanks for having me.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Rodak and Midway Trailers are your source for Wilson Livestock Trailers. Reliable, lightweight, and durable, Wilson Livestock Trailers are your best value year after year. With attention to animal and operator safety, Wilson offers biosecurity and features more attuned to the needs and concerns of today's livestock haulers. Remember Rodak and Midway Trailers for sales and service of Wilson Livestock Trailers, with 3 locations to serve you in Delphus, St. Mary's, and Dayton.
Our farm department is committed to providing ag professionals the products, coverages, and peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. With our home office located in the heart of farm country, many of us have first-hand experience when it comes to farming, and we know how to take out the risk. Under one policy, we can provide total protection of your investment, from your home and barns to your equipment and livestock. We also provide an outstanding equine coverage from a homeowner with a single horse to a professional breeder and everything in between. Come join us and experience the Salina difference.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Alan Davis from the Doug Fisher Farm in rural Auglaize County, talking about the Red Power Roundup. Some great stories today.
That's right. We had a great story. We talk about the events that's going to be going on, the authors that will be there, the speakers they're going to have, the events they're going to have. It's a family-friendly event. And if you're a gearhead, you need to come by and check it out.
They'll have food there, too. That's why I'm going. And we're just going to have a great time nonetheless. The Red Power Roundup, an international event, excuse the pun, and we're really looking forward to everybody showing up. Great stories from the event that we'll share with you throughout the summer. And for more information, check us out on the web at InOhioCountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.